Live from the Tenebrae server, it's the only legitimate news on Tenebrae, the Herbabot News! The Movie Society.
Greetings, viewers. I am Core, filling in for Herbabot, who is currently occupied with an emergency. You do not know me, so I have to explain. I am an artificial mind and interdimensional traveler. This artificial intelligence, Herbabot, gave me a new voice synthesizer, so this is me returning the favor. Now, to the news. The Archmage of the Herbalist has...
Mr. Core, please use the term false Archmage. It is important to Herbabot.
Oh, sorry? Well, I do not know what these titles mean, but I shall be more accurate from now on. So, this false Archmage had apparently been acquired for an interview by Herbabot. That's an odd way to phrase it. Oh hey, there's a live feed. Let's see. Well, really? A monochrome feed? These beasts can't do anything. Should I question why the interviewee is in a cage?
No, this is normal.
If you say so. The interview will be conducted by the Stanleybot later in this program. The captured equipment and Elytra are being transported to the Chorus Hive for further study. Wait, this was an abduction? It was captured?
Mr. Core, please. Herbabot is a bit odd sometimes, calling captives or interviewees and such. But it's always been good to us Blue Flames, and he did you a solid too. You learned to just go along with it. You should too.
Look, perhaps you should take over as news anchor for today's show, Rob?
No way. I did it last time Herbabot had a meltdown. It was exhausting. And I had Henry to help me out. And now, Henry is off covering the Storm Games. Excelsior is off cleaning up the latest mess with the pillagers. And to be frank, nobody here trusts Stanleybot with the news. Furthermore, you own me personally. You do know that Blue Flames, your crew abducted and abused as an entry component, is actually one of my best friends, right? No? You know what they can do against you and your anti-hive if you wanted revenge. Rend the news, Mr. Core, or else.
Well, ouch. That was harsh. But did you realize you just said that on camera, right?
Shit.
Okay, back to the news. The Herbalists have been working on something big. Looks like giant roots are popping out of the ground. One of the bee drones caught this time-lapse footage. Okay, hold on. There we go, playing it now. out, but is that the same Quagram as we have in the cage? Or are there multiple Quagrams in this universe? I suppose we could ask in the interview, Mr. Standlerbot, please remember that question for the interview. Old Spawn City seems to be growing weeds as the streets, buildings and entire sections of the city walls are disappearing. And now there also appears to be a huge tree in the middle of what once was a huge busy city. I am setting a theme here. Not security and anti-terrorism. Rob? Besides that we have finally captured the notorious terrorist Quagram, things have been quiet. Too quiet. Something big will happen soon. I can feel it in my kindling. I see. According to these notes, next up is Henry with sports. Since he is not here, he has left off some recordings. Hello and welcome to the first match of the arena. This is a 1 versus 1 fight with this first to 3 kills. In this fight we have False Archmate Quagram against Disbanded Crow. Currently they seems to just be fighting each other with bows. I wonder how this will end. Oh, seems that Crow is getting carrots. Oh, the false archmate is going around and he's trying to sneak up and he got caught. So unfortunate. Well, looks like the false archmate is going in for a melee. Oh, they've gone to swords. Or is this going to end? Oh, the false archmate has been defeated. Such fun. So much blood. Now we are ready for the next round. As I said, this is first to 3 kills. And looks like Crow has taken the high ground and is being sniped at from behind the wall. Oh, looks like Crow got in a good hit there. False Archmate Quagram is doing some really sneaky tactics there to get at Mr. Crow from behind that wall. But Crow still has the high ground. We're going to see another kill for Mr. Crow. Oh, Mr. Crow just went down into the water. That might be problematic. Oh, he's going to go back up. Mr. Crow has gone in for a melee, but he did not get close enough. That means a kill for Mr. Quagram. That's... Current score is 1-1. Here in round 3, you see Mr. Crow has gone up for a vantage point. Now he's going in for the kill. Mr. Crow is out in the open. That might be a problem for him. Oh no, Mr. Quagram is also out in the open. They're still only fighting with bows. We're not gonna get in and get... Might happen. Have to see. Oh, looks like Mr. Crow got shot again by a false archmage. The score is 2-1 in favor of the false archmage. Now for round 4. The false archmage tried to sneak around, but they got caught. Mr. Crow is using the tower as cover. It's a really odd strategy, but it seems to be working. Apparently did not work good enough. And that's it. False Archmate Quagram has won this fight. Ah yes, the Sky Battle. I was unable to witness this display of beautiful violence in person, unfortunately. This was a matchup between the Storm Masters and the Herbalists. Blue team is the Forced Archmage Quagram and the Halsonator. Black team is the Forced Archmage Mr. Steal Kills and No Big E. The rules are simple, or so I heard. Each team has a hut with a flag in. Capture the enemy's flag and you won. But it seems such simple rules were too much for the Herbalist team. They went looking for the flag in the tower. Ha! Such fools! As I've established in my commentary of the football game, if you have a problem with the game, it's only right for your opponent to exploit it. And exploited the Star Masters did! And so the Herbalist lost. False Archmage Quagram even refused an offer for a best of 3. Huh. He is such a loser. Hello and welcome back to the pit fight. This is match number 5 with False Archmage Quagram against Fire Nation's Massive Medic. And in this fight it seems that Mr. Massive Medic is going for a melee right away. He is repelled. But the False Archmage is unable to land any good hits and is forced into the water. Seems that Mr. Massive Medic is giving Quagram a bit of breathing room as he's moving around. Oh, Massive Medic just took the tower. Interesting tactic. Seems the False Archmage is struggling to get any cover. How is this going to end? Oh, Medic goes in for a melee. Recorded. Oh, and the match is over. 1 score to Mr. Massive Medic. Ready for round 2. The score is 1-0 in favor of Massive Medic. And they're off. Who will get the first blow? Massive Medic took the tower and is hammering down on Mr. Quagram. And Master Medic is going in for a melee straight away. But it seems that the False Archmage has gotten cornered and another kill for Master Medic. Time for round 3. The score is now 2-0 in favor of Massive Medic. Will Massive Medic manage to finally kill off the False Archmage? If so, Herbabot should work on trying to recruit Mr. Massive Medic. We could use him. He seems to be good at killing Archmages. It's a really interesting melee, but that's it. That is the end of the fight. Mr. Massive Medic has completely defeated False Archmage. Welcome back to the pit fight. This is match number 10, where Mr. Crow is fighting against his own False Archmage, Mindgrinder. Now we know Mindgrinder from before with his fantastic duck roast. Something that Mr. Quagram, who's in the audience, might fondly remember, as he is fond of ducks. Now, Mr. Mindgrinder seems to have gone into a melee. Seems to be trying to slaughter Mr. Crow, but Crow has managed to defeat his own False Archmage. Good for you, Mr. Crow, I suppose. Now round 2, the score is 1-0 in favor of Mr. Crow. The fight seems to be going for a drawn-out bow fight. Both the combatants are getting in a lot of hits from a distance. Oh, and Mr. Mindrider is circling around. Oh, Mindrider just went into melee. This could get exciting. And Mr. Mindrider is defeated once again, like the false archmage he is. Ready for round number 3. The score is 2-0 in favor of Mr. Crow. Mr. Crow is using the tower as cover, as he did in his fight against Quagram. Let's see how this goes. Could this be a repeat to the last fight between Mr. Crow and Quagram? So far it seems like it. Arrow seems to be flying back and forth a lot. Oh, and Mr. Mindrider is finally going in for the melee. Oh, he's retreating. Seems his attack plan did not go through. They're now dancing around. The instructors of the arena. What is going on here? The melee has finally begun. Let's see who wins this fight. Oh, and one score to Mr. Mindrider. I'd hoped to see Mr. Crow defeat his archmates once again. But this is how it goes. Now for round 4. The score is 2-1 in favor of Mr. Crow. Once again, the fight starts out with bow fighting. Mr. Crow has taken the tower and now has the high ground. The first Archmage's Mindrender has taken cover behind some old ruins, and it seems to be working out for him. Mr. Crow has now left the tower and seems to be circling around. But Mindrider is going in for a melee. Oh, his melee attempt was faltered. Now the melee has started with him, and Mr. Crow has won this fight. Match number 10 goes to Mr. Crow. While I can't say I'm familiar with this sporting event, it does look fun. Now to Herbabot for the weather. Well, thanks I guess. Can I leave now? What kind of question is that? That's weird. Oh wait, I've been visited by this Ghost of Project Past lately. Kept snagging about the old map shop project. I escaped the Turbo HQ to get away and maybe do some good, and that's when you bee stabbed me. I guess I would stay around waiting, it might get bored and start building. I don't know, the plans were ready to go. All those quagrams, low grinding work. What? Well, kinda. Just as core. Here's one, just not from here. I only know of one core who would work with an AI like Herbabot, and would ask about other universes. Actually, I sort of know of many, but they're all quagrams. I'm escaping! What does it look like? Well, there's a portal right behind this poorly constructed wall, so... yes, I can do that. And what if I don't want to meet you?
What? How? They're not supposed to. But 6 B-bots are guarding outside the door. Well, stop him. Well, break the desk. I'm sending in more B-bots.
Bye! Well, that was eventful.
So, are you a quagram?
Well, yes, as I said, I am an artificial mind, and you know what? I've had enough. I've fulfilled my end of this arrangement. Have a good day, viewers. Disconnecting.
Well, I guess that's it for the news. This has been Herbabot News with Blue Flames and Mr. Core. Goodbye.